Hey everybody, it's Amanda. How's it going? I'm so excited. Hi Camila. I'm so happy you guys are here for this amazing day where we're going to go ahead and release 2018 and get set up for 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and share this over to a couple places. I have to tell you guys, I just did my nails and then look at my shirt, like literally. Oh, maybe you can't see. I'm like, I can't change my clothes because I have all this nail polish on. you know the problem. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad you guys can't see my blue stain. Whatever. Okay. These are real significant issues we have. So happy 12/12 at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is such an awesome portal we're in, and it's a time for you to really get cozy, get a pen, get your notebook, and make sure you download the guidebook, which is at amandamoxley.com / blog. You'll see it there, and I'll pop the link in here. It's just actually amandamoxley.com / plan 2019, and it's located on my blog as well. Which is easy, amandamoxley.com, and then you're going to go to join me free to plan your 2019, and you're going to grab that. And I'm doing this on BeLive because I figured I'm going to see if I can actually share the screen. Now, so I understand that this little virtual planning day, I think will take about an hour. And I just wanted to come in and celebrate this year with you guys and connect, and then have you, you'll want to spend more time going through this, but I think it's helpful to get the party started with just kind of like planting those seeds, reviewing how you've been this year. Let's see. Reviewing this year and then powerfully planning the next year. So if you are here, I want you guys to say hello and where you're calling from. Woo! Okay, I'm not sure how to add in normally I do these BeLives as a tutorial with someone else, but I mean as a interview. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this over from my business page over to all the other pages I have. So just bear with me. And as I'm doing that, you go over to amandamoxley.com / plan 2019, please, and get yourself your little guidebook. And it's a printable, oh, look. Okay, it's totally working. Look at that. Okay. I don't even need to change it. Okay. So it's a editable PDF that you can do. Okay. So the key thing is I've actually been doing a version of this guidebook my entire business career. And I have found that when you actually evaluate how far you have come and look at your numbers and look at your stats, and you do that every year, and it literally kicks your butt to start thinking that, wow, I could have done this year so much better. And you're looking at what you could have improved on, what you could have created for yourself in a different way. And so I'm a big fan of constant self-evaluation, daily evaluation, business evaluation, looking at the numbers, looking at the results. And then because we really learn from these numbers, we learn from this data. So I actually do a version of this guidebook you're seeing here. I just ask myself particular questions at the end of every month, and then I track that every year. So I'll send those pictures to you all. Those questions, I'll add those out eventually for you, like a month review, or I can pop them in here later. And so that makes this end of year planning and process a lot better, because hi, Alabama. I didn't know you lived in Alabama. So that actually makes this process a lot better. So if you actually have a monthly account or a weekly account of the last year, how many of you all who are watching actually diligently focus on evaluating and looking at your goals consistently and seeing how far you've come? Like, how many of you actually have a consistent practice of that? And how many of you just say, give me a 5 if you're already doing that. Number 5. And if you're not doing that, give me a number, the 0, 0, because this is a really important piece. And if you're if you are doing it, you can always improve, right? Maybe add in some other pieces to the puzzle. So today, hopefully you all have the guidebook over at Amanda Moxley Virtual Planning Day, which is over here. So I'm not exactly sure how to share the screen with BeLive. So I am going to just go ahead and kind of review it. Hopefully you guys have it pulled up as well. Yeah, so I just want you to think back a year ago, 2017, December 2017. What were you planning? What were you visualizing? What were you intending? What were you excited about? What were your intentions and your goals that you wanted to create in 2018? Or where did you see yourself when the clock strikes midnight 2018? When it was December 30, well, I guess January 1st, 2018. Sorry, I'm confused. December 31st, 2018. Where did you want to be? And I have noticed most people, they have these grander visions. They want to be so much further. They want to be, and then they beat themselves up. So that's why this constant evaluation, and we're looking for progress and not perfection. So really, if you don't have this guidebook pulled up for whatever reason, just write down, what were your goals and intentions for this year? What was it that you wanted? And then what was it that you actually accomplished this year? Looking back month by month by month, what did you actually accomplish? What were your successes and your wins and your biggest triumphs and your breakthroughs, and the biggest things that manifested, or that maybe these could be business, personal, financial, family, relationship, partner, health, body, what have you. What were your biggest accomplishments this year? And pop them in. If you want to share, I'd love to hear what have been your biggest accomplishments this year. I know that this has been such a great year for me, and it just gets better every year. Hi, Cassandra. Hello. Okay, cool. All right. So what have been your biggest wins and your biggest accomplishments this year? The things that you're yes. I think for me, I'll share with you, I really mastered the art of the sales conversations, where I used to avoid sales. I got so much better. I think we've had, I know that we've had at least, I'll go and do my evaluation, and can give you the stats, but we had over 315 breakthrough sessions booked this last year. And so I have talked to a lot of people. Hi, Sadhana. I've talked to incredible people from all around the world. Hi, Christy. So I literally used to really dislike sales conversations. I just didn't like it. It was brutal. So, but I have to say I have mastered it. Last month I talked to 12 people and I enrolled 9 amazing, incredible clients. So what is 9 into 12? I got to say I improved significantly. So 12 divided by 9, 9 divided by 12, that is a 75% closing ratio. That was good. That was a good month. So yeah, you did your first retreat and improved your health. So good. So for me, the sales, also I mastered Facebook ads. Well, I can't say I mastered it, but I learned, I empowered myself to learn how to do Facebook ads. I had some amazing wins in my marriage. John and I went to Tony Robbins, which was so cool. Cassandra, did you go to Tony Robbins? I feel like I might've met you from there. I started doing this thing called the Miracle Morning, where I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every day and getting so much done before 7 a.m. before the kids wake up. I'm exercising, doing all my journaling, all my stuff before 7 a.m. So that's been incredible. It's been such a good year, and so many lessons. So then what else? What else have been your biggest ahas, your breakthroughs, yeses? One other really personal thing for me, which I actually haven't shared publicly yet, but I'll just declare it. I was baptized in the Christian faith in September, and it was so awesome. And I grew up Catholic, but then I made this decision, and my life has gotten so good since that was in September, actually. September 9th, 2018, 9/9/2018. And so that's been just like this beautiful spiritual relationship that I never had before. I feel closer to God. I'm finally this year got what Easter was. I was like, I get it. I'm getting a deeper reality of what Christmas means. So huge faith opening. And I would recommend that for all of you if you're interested. That's the path you're on. I was super into the new age and yoga and all these things for from 18, I'd say, till, now I'm 43. So I was about 20 years on that path. And then I'm like, this is what I was seeking, what I was searching for so long. And now it's the fear, the anxiety, the doubt, all that's gone. And it's I'm so grateful. So huge year. And how would you guys say, how has your wealth consciousness, how has your ability to receive money and resources in your business, what have been your biggest ahas about your wealth consciousness this year? So maybe like some of you aren't charging what you're worth. You're not charging, or maybe you increased your prices, or maybe you realize, what were your ahas? Post it in the comments. Like, what were your biggest ahas around your relationship with money and wealth consciousness this year? And that's huge. Like, the more levels you can open in your relationship with money and just keep expanding on that, the better. Yes, thank you. Yeah, okay. The wealth consciousness. Hi, Ilana. So we're going to the guidebook. It's over on my website, Amanda. Well, the link is in here too. You guys can click on that. But we're going through this guidebook. I need a coach and I got one. Good. Yeah, you did. Hi, Melinda. I'm so happy you're here, you guys, gals. Okay. So really looking at your wealth consciousness, and then what were the levels of unfoldment around your relationship? Around your relationship with money this year. And then what programs, books, seminars, events did you learn from this year? So maybe you didn't yet. What kind of continued education? What were the books that you read and have the biggest impact on your life? For me, I think it's been The Miracle Morning. And then I'm recently reading High Performance Habits. And then I'm reading the Bible. I'm reading that at least an hour a day. I love it. It's all making sense. I'm like completely reading this story from the beginning. I started at Genesis. So what have been the books, the seminars? I didn't really go to any seminars this year except for Tony Robbins. How about you? What books, programs, events did you learn from this year? Now, I'm going to ask you a really serious question. What frustrated you the most this year in your business? So what was just like kind of ticked you off, where you hit a wall, where you were just frustrated, it just wasn't working, you weren't meeting your goals? And honestly, in that seat of frustration, when it's hard, I think that's where we're the humblest, and that's where we kick our own butt to get better. Like, there was a point where I absolutely sucked at sales. And I'm kind of turning this in because it's just like a one-way show here because I can't hear you guys. So I'm telling you all about me, but hopefully, let me know if you don't want to hear about me. Just let me know. I'll just stop. But I'll tell you, when you have the frustrations, that is really your greatest gift. So for me, there was a month there where, I don't know, I'm kind of vague with my numbers unless I have them right in front of me. But let's say I talked to like 15 people and they all said no. They didn't want to do the program. I thought I sucked at sales. I was taking it very personally that like this complete stranger was saying no to me. And I was like thinking it was attack on my worth and my value. And I put all this, this is going to serve you guys because you're ultimately in sales because you have your own business. But I was taking it personally. I was thinking like, this is evidence that I can't be successful. I was resting my worth, my value on someone saying yes to work with me or not. I was I felt rejected. I felt defeated. I felt like a failure. And I got help, and I was really vulnerable, and I got help with my therapist. I got help with my coaches and my mastermind. And ultimately it was just realizing that I was actually putting all that on me. I was putting all this on me, and I had no idea that I had put all this stuff, my worth, my value, my success, on my ability to sell or not sell. And so I was brutal, and I just dug in, and I learned everything, and I studied, and I would listen to the calls and listen to my sales team's calls, and I slayed that dragon and got better. What other sort of like frustrations? What frustrated y'all this month? This year. That just you were struggling, and it was tough, and yeah, so good. And so like that, it was just like, ugh. You have to understand, like, I have a friend right now, one of my best friends, and mastermind buddy, and she had. I literally realized that I have to study the sales, and so we and I'm noticing now, here she is like half a year later, and now she is like, oh shoot, now I have to master it. So now I'm not in a competition with her at all. I'm just saying I'm so grateful that when it was so hard, I decided to dig in and really improve. And I only learned that it was hard. I only improved because I was so frustrated and it was so hard. Like my kids, like they'd be like, Mommy, did you sell anything today? And I'd be like, no, and I was relating it to my children. And my son has dyslexia, and I was like, this is just like, you're frustrated. This is hard for you. Well, Mommy's down there on these calls all the time and it's not working for her either. So I used it. Yeah, good. So yeah, finding the place where you could actually do your work. Like these little frustrations are the seeds of your ultimate breakthrough. What other things did you struggle with? What were your frustrations? Not growing fast enough as I would like to. I know. We all wouldn't like yesterday, right? And it's so, so hard. And then I think we all can relate. And I think that's the thing, is we need to have high intention and low attachment. So high intention and desire. We want to create this. We want to make this happen. But then really leaning back and trusting and knowing it is happening. This is my desire. This is what I know I can do. And you're doing the legwork and taking the action. So you have to just trust in the big picture. You have to really lean back into the big picture and be like, okay, this is all going to work out. Anyone else have that frustration, not growing fast as I would like? So the other thing with not growing as fast as you would like, sometimes you have to take a quantum leap, and it's scary. And in order for you to go faster, you have to take a quantum leap, and it's scary and it's out of your comfort zone. But if you actually take that leap, then I feel like the universe, God, the world is like, yes, we've got a player and she's here to fly. Like, yes. I think back to when I quit my social work job back in 2006, and John and I, my husband, we went skydiving. We jumped out of a perfectly good airplane like 5 days after I quit my job. And actually it was 6/6/2006. And so I remember like skydiving and my arms were out. And before I had quit the job, I had landed my very first 2 clients at a talk that I did in my local town at the ski resort at this like church, Our Lady of the Snows church. And I got 2 clients and 3 people showed up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally working. I'm going to rock out my own business. Like granted, they only paid me like $800 or something for the 6 months, but God bless them. They were awesome. And so I remember just like jumping out of that perfectly good airplane and being like, I am one with the universe. And yes, I am free. I'm creating my dreams and this is happening. And I literally quit my job. Like, so if you're not happy with where you are, or that you're not where you want to be faster enough, you have to make a quantum leap. You got to go and do something a little bit scary, maybe definitely uncomfortable, but it has to be a system and a plan. You don't just jump out of a perfectly good airplane without the parachute on your back, right? So be smart, but take a quantum leap. It's huge. So where is it that right now, like you're going to hear a little whisper, where you need to up your game, where you need to get out of your comfort zone? Okay. So that's what we're looking at what frustrated you. Now let's think about what made your heart sing, what lit you up, like just was like, so good. Because I think a lot of, high achievers like us and go-getters like us, we tend to push so far that we forget to even celebrate the good things we've already created. Like for example, last week, I had a client, she had a speaking gig out of state. It was actually in my state. And I got to meet up with her live. And before that, she had on her website, her sessions were $150 a session as a therapist, or her packages were the equivalent of $125 per hour. And I said on our call, you need to take these packages off immediately. We need to double this price. We need to get you up to the $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 range. So she did that, followed that coaching that day, took that off, tweaked it, and just last week enrolled her very first $12,000 client. Okay, this is a woman who was a therapist for years and years and years and charging $150 a session, and maybe selling a package of 6 or so, and raised her prices. But here she is, and I was like, can we just pause here and celebrate what you've just created? Like, how many of you guys don't even pause and celebrate what you've actually done? Like, literally look at where you were a year ago to where you are now and celebrate that. If we don't celebrate these little moments, if we don't get absolutely ecstatic, excited, like, yes, 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 that's what I want you to do. You need to accentuate and magnetize your celebration factor. Like, every single morning, I do my blender and I make my drink and I'm jumping up and down and I'm saying, yes, 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 and I'm celebrating. So, oh, good. Hi, Lori. We were just talking about quantum leap. I love it. So that's what you all want to think about, is like celebrating. So what is it that you're celebrating right here and right now of what you created? And a lot of us, you don't think it's good enough, or, well, that client, she did 12,000 and I'm never going to do that. But really celebrate. What is it that you're like, what, because no one's going to celebrate you. Honestly, no one's just going to come over and hand a crown on your head and crown you. You're the one that has to do it. So how can you celebrate you, baby? What are you going to celebrate? And we all ought to have a celebration dance. Okay. All right. So now you're going to come back and you're going to look at those numbers. What is the gross annual income for 2018? And then the net income. Then you're going to look at what was your highest month income wise? What were you promoting? What was going on? How were you feeling? You know, what was your mindset that month? What were your actions that month? Like, what was going on that month? And that's why you want to really look at your numbers. Like, I'm so hilarious, you guys. I'm old school. I'm not going to show you my numbers, but this is how I track my income for the day. I mean, I literally have this is my income sheet right here. I do have a spreadsheet, updated that this year, and I do have my bookkeeper, my CPA, and they have these, you know, they run the P&L and everything, but I'm old school and I like a pen and paper. So I am constantly looking at, okay, where am I year to date? Where am I month to date? What is the projected income and where am I? So obviously I've got room to, like, we all have room to grow, but you know, I'm really grateful for this habit I've created many, many, many years ago. So you want to know those numbers and what was going on that month. What was your worst income month? Well, how are you feeling? Maybe something happened relationship wise or health wise or family wise that month. You know, what was going on the month where you had your lowest income month, and what do you attribute that to? And this is just to see the more you track this year after year, you're going to look back and be like, I mean, November was an awesome month for us. July was an awesome month for us. August was an awesome month. January wasn't so well. February wasn't so good. So you can actually go and you can track and sort of see the trends and see what you can do to tweak, or maybe like the last week after Thanksgiving, it was a pretty slow week last week. And I think to myself, well, okay, that's a trend. Maybe I go on vacation that week, right? Because the rest of the world is in there, you know, going shopping and stuff, and they're not really going to go to their next level with coaching maybe. So tracking these things are important. You're also going to want to get the data for how many subscribers you have. Hopefully you have an email list, a database, how many Twitter followers, how many Facebook friends, you know, likes, subscribers, how many people are in your group, how about YouTube, all your social media channels. Take inventory on those numbers. Are they going up? Are they going down? Are they stagnant? Do you not have these areas yet? Okay. I look at these numbers I look at the numbers every single week. And then at the end of the month, I do an inventory of all those numbers, all the social media and the community and the tribe building. So I would recommend that for you as well. Yeah, Christy launched her beta online leadership program for women. Awesome. Going live and building a bond with my targeted audiences. Good. You guys no one else? Come on. I want to see some celebrations. Maybe it's that, you know, I'm getting a blowout once a week. I mean, that's something to celebrate. All right. Could be something like that. Okay. So you're going to do inventory on the numbers. Then you're going to look at how have you felt supported this year? You know, supported from friends, colleagues, coaches, team members, programs. Because at the end of the day, it's all about like the quality of your life. How have you felt supported? How have you felt, you know, seen, loved, heard, understood in community? You know, what is it? Or do you feel like you're the Lone Ranger? And if that's the case, don't be alone. There's so many of us out here that want to be your friend and want to help you and support you and be in community with you. So the next question is how have you increased your visibility? what have you specifically done to raise your visibility? It could be photo shoots, videos, live networking, even skiing naked. I'm just kidding. It could be, going out, networking, going to events, doing videos, doing webinars, doing teleclasses, doing a YouTube channel. What have you guys done? Speaking gigs, what kind of speaking gigs have you done this year? How have you raised your visibility? Now, it's one thing to have good visibility, but you want to have visibility with a plan. You want to have something like Christy saying, hey, she just launched her beta program. You want to have something, whatever you're doing and you're being visible with, have a clear intention of what your goal is. So don't just go be visible just for the sake of being social and being seen. Be visible, but go in there with a definite sense of purpose and a plan that you're here to be seen, but you're also here to serve. And going into these situations with a goal in mind, with an intention. Not that you're like, just a user and you're here to just like use people, but you're going in there with a high intention, low attachment. Okay. So have you been persistent in following your plans through to completion? Like the things that you said you were going to do this year, have you done them? Have you been persistent, or did you slack off? And so what I would do is, we've got 2.5 weeks left of this beautiful year. This is when shiz gets real. Like, I think it was 2 years ago, I had wanted to get a website done and my current website, I had wanted to get my new website, but I was slacking and it was something I just had on the list. I just didn't get done. So I cranked it out by the 1st and I was like, I am doing this. Like this year, I really want to get a media kit done and I still haven't done it because it's not really income generating, but it's something I want to do. So what are these things that you wanted to do, but you haven't done? And what are you going to do to finish strong this year? Okay. Do you guys like these questions? Are you liking it? I love it. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, so I'm just going through the guidebook. So the other questions is have you had your vision? Have you had your goals, your intentions, your desire, your focus? Have you had it in front of you at all times? So it's like that North Star. Has it been pulling you forward? Or have you been weak and wishy-washy and unclear and foggy and not sure what you're doing? Or have you been like literally writing it down every day, reading an affirmation card every day, reading your goals every day, visualizing your goals? And if not, we need to start doing that pronto. So the way I do it is I write my goals every day, I read my goals every day, and I visualize my goals every day. So what about you? This is everything. And I've gone through seasons in my life where I don't have the vision and I'm not really clear. And I don't think that there's a worse place for someone like us to be when we're go-getters and we want to serve and we want to have success and we want to be rocking it out. And if without a vision, then people will perish. You have to have a vision and it needs to be powerfully pulling you forward. Okay, so let's talk about your time and your time management and your schedule. So how has your schedule felt this year? And when you look on the guidebook, you can see there's a link to actually a schedule planner. So, and I teach, and a lot of my clients are here, and I teach you guys exactly how to use, how to do time management and focus. But how are you focusing? How has your schedule been? And I think Clarissa had said, like, you that's been your struggle, is being everything for everyone else, bending over backwards for everyone else. So I want you all to really think of your schedule and how do you want to feel and how do you want your schedule to be? I got away from visualizing and affirmations and it made a big difference. You need to start doing exactly what the vision, maybe there's a delay. Yeah, it's everything. It's like write it down, speak it into existence. You got to know where you're going. Okay. Schedule. Maybe you guys have been caring for an older parent or you have small children or you're just, you have another job and then this is your side thing, like whatever, or you have a special needs kid. Like there's a lot going on, especially women. Like we bear a lot of it because we're caretakers. I get it. So that still means that you can still wake up early. That's why I'm waking up at 5. My kids get up at 7 because I noticed that I wasn't exercising some days. I wasn't, maybe I'd skip my meditation or I'd skip these things. And, Yeah, it does make such an impact. It's everything. Like, I want you guys to do this no matter what. You have to do your vision every day. Okay. So write it out. I have mine right here. Next to my book. I'm still reading this High Performance Habits, so it's almost done. But so I write, these are my goals, and I read them. So I actually read these while I'm doing my exercise, because you might as well multitask. So I do my exercise, and then I have like a little vision board in front of my exercise bike. So then I read these, I'm 100% committed, well, I'm a loving and present mommy. I enjoy high quality time with Phoebe and Sawyer. So I make so that So you always want to add like so that. So you got to figure out, you got to infuse your why into your vision. I'm a loving and present mommy. I enjoy high quality time with Phoebe and Sawyer so that I make lifetime memories and positive impact and influence on their lives. I teach my kids about money and savings and study and prayer and worship. And then I need to add in here, there's something I was going to add into this. I always add little things when I think about things. So those are the kind of things I'm working on right now. I'm falling more in love with John daily. I'm committed to improving my marriage daily. I'm 100% committed to prioritizing my marriage and putting my marriage first after God. I'm 100% committed to doing the love dare. So these are things, because it's easy, John and I will be together now almost 20 years. How does that happen? 1999 we met. So these are some goals I have. And then I have some, do you guys like hearing these? I have my financial goals and then my plan of how I'm going to make it happen. Hi, Les. I'm committed to increasing my income over the next 6 months from blank to blank. I'm not going to tell you guys consistently so that I can create and provide financial freedom and security for my family and for my business and help others get what they want. To guarantee that I increase my income to blank months, I'm 100% committed to increasing our enrollment close ratio to 40% or higher. I'm leading and training my team, as well as learning and studying and applying my sales strategies. I have mastered sales and the enrollment process. My team and I are excellent closers. So like to ensure that I increase my income by 3x or higher from this month to this month, I'm 100% committed to increasing my call volume to be able to enroll X amount of clients a month. I am committed to trusting in my funnel and increasing my ad spend and that is where my edge is, right? Hi, Abigail. So that we can book up to X amount of calls per month and enroll up to 40% or higher. I'm 100% focused on lead generation and activities. And then I keep going on and on, I'll keep going to guarantee I increase my income, because that's a goal, and become a blank in 12-month period. I commit to diversifying my platform by developing an excellent high quality YouTube channel with valuable and professional video content. I commit to being consistent in social media and sharing excellent, highly valuable branded content that positions me as a go-to expert. And I would have things in here for my clients, but I have to say that is actually one of my strengths. And you guys would know that. Like a lot of my clients here, you might be like, well, what about us? But I'm Johnny on the spot and I love you guys. And I'm committed. I'm 100% committed to you guys getting the results as well, that you actually take action, get your talks delivered, get your talk and get out there and start speaking and selling. And you guys are doing the work too. So I just want you to understand that you write this out, you read this, and then I highly recommend this planner. It's yellow. Mine is. Christy probably has this, the Brendon Burchard High Performance Habit Planner. And so I will write my goals on here and I'm mapping out. It's just the best. Oh, you can't see it. It's so cute, right? I love yellow. They had blue, but I prefer yellow. So then you put all these pieces in here. So I would recommend you get a really fun planner that you love. And yeah, you're welcome for sharing. I love it. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so I love this planner. It goes with me everywhere. And then my goals go with me everywhere. And I'm just about to get ready to write. I'm going to write out my 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 and 25-year goals. And then I'm going to laminate those. And I'm going to get even deeper with this. Okay. So I just think everything I've ever written down, here's all my journals. You can see that case. Literally those are like so many journals. I have a ton more, but everything I've written down, and I've prayed and wished and desired for, it comes true. It's just a matter of time, right? So I just know there's power in asking for it, and then visualizing the actions you're going to take to make it happen. I'm literally, motivation and action is really not is not hard for me. I mean, that's not the hard part. And I think a lot of women like us, that's not the hard part. What's hard is actually receiving it, knowing you're worthy, knowing that you can have it, like getting out of your own way. Give me an amen. Is that you? That's been like my biggest obstacle. It's like, oh, it's actually, you can have it. And it's about increasing your levels of joy, increasing your levels of gratitude, increasing those levels of just feeling good. And then that is an expanded feeling. Okay. So there must be a delay because you're not giving me any amens yet. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going. You know what I need to make a goal for? Thank you, Christy. I need to make a goal for breathing because I have a hard time talking and I don't really breathe when I talk. Do you guys? And then after the calls, I'm super exhausted, you know, I'm just like, oh, so that's my goal this year, is really focusing on how I want to feel grounded. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel up here. I want to feel in my gut. Okay. That's how I want to feel. Just so y'all know. Yeah. I mean, you guys don't have to agree with me. Maybe that's not your reality. Maybe yours is actually the action. And that's why you love me so much, because I'm all about JFDI action. Okay. So what are you going to do differently this year or in 2019? What is going to be different? Because let me just be real with y'all. Nothing will change unless you change. Nothing is going to change unless you change, unless your thoughts change, your feelings change, your actions change, your habits change. You're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over. That's why I have been not stuck. I'm very grateful. I've been at that between 200 and 300,000 income every single year for the last 6 years. 1 year went down. It was pretty rough, but I'm over that. But I have been, and I want to go past, like I want to go reach way past and go to that 500K and 7 figures. And what has to change? Maybe you guys are stuck where you are, and it's like, you're happy, you're comfortable, it's okay. So what is it that you're tolerating? Like, write down 10 things right now that you're tolerating, that you're putting up with in your business, in your environment, in your relationships, in your health, with your team, with your clients. Like, what is it that you're tolerating right now? Like, you're just like, kind of like, it's fine. Like, literally do this. Like, literally write that. This is really a good list to start writing, and pop it in here. I am tolerating, Les and I are tolerating, and any of Utah friends, we're tolerating the disgusting air we have here in Salt Lake City. Oh yeah, I need to write. I do lots of breathing, but it's when I'm talking. That's when I don't really breathe. What are you guys tolerating? That I'm getting paid so much less than I am worth. Exactly. I know, Melinda, with your heart, your soul, with all your talents, your story, the hell, the high waters you've been through. Yeah. So no one's just going to go ahead and just come over and give you a raise. You have to burn the bridges and say, this is what my rates are now. You know, for me to teach for you, Melinda, to teach a class or work with a client, it's way, way more. So no one's going to, especially as an entrepreneur, no one's going to give us a raise. I wish they would. Like, they're like, now you may charge $100,000 a client. There are people that do that. And I, in fact, have actually purchased a $100,000 program myself years ago. But no one's going to do that except for you. So if you're tolerating that, I would love you to stop tolerating that. And then you have to make a decision, draw the line in the sand, that you're no longer available to go at this rate. That's what I would do. Just like, end of story. End of story. Like, no more. Not believing enough in myself. Yes, it all comes down to belief. Yeah, not getting paid for my time and effort. Exactly. So this comes down to, you have to set those parameters. You have to say, end of story. I'm doing this from here on forward. I am charging what I'm worth. And so no one's going to give you permission. The only reason why I ever went from charging like the 800 for the 6 months or whatever it was, 1,200 for 6 months, to some of my programs have been 25,000. I even have the 50,000. I'm not selling that at the moment, but it was scary as heck. Or even when I went from 0 to 5, 1,200 to 5,000, you just have to do it. JFDI, just pull the Band-Aid off, because the thing is, some will, some won't, and some are waiting. Some people they'll look at what your price right now, Lori, or that, they'll look at what you got and they'll be like, there's no way I'm working with her because she's way too cheap. Or that, like, I remember going in Hawaii and seeing this lady. She had a VIP day in Hawaii, and she'd take you around the islands, and she was only charging like $700 or $400, and it was like a 7-hour day, and she'd give me lunch, and she'd take me on these hikes, and she'd do some ceremony with me, and I was like, oh no, that lady doesn't own her value. I'm not going to go hang out with her. But I paid $5,000 to go do another VIP day with another coach. So just understand that there's ideal clients at every different price point. Okay. I'm looking at my blowout and I'm thinking what's going on this side. What is going on? What is going on with one side of my hair? Okay. I'm really not that vain. Yeah, exactly. It's just totally yourself. I need to stop waiting for someone else to open the door for me. Exactly. Especially in this day and age. Okay. So really give yourself permission. So what else are you all tolerating? I remember once doing this exercise, and I was tolerating my nails. I was tolerating my hair, because I didn't grow up like caring about those things. And now I don't. Now I have taken it in between. I've taken matters in between taking the matters, and I'm getting professional help. Except for my nails today. Did you guys see at the beginning? I literally, did it come on? No, can you see it? It's literally blue. Like literally, I got nail polish all over me. So I need a professional to help me do this. It's horrible. So what else are you tolerating? Maybe you're tolerating your marriage. Total first world problems. Gosh, help me. I know, but no, I give back a lot too. I sponsor 3 children. Okay. Don't you worry. Okay. I could do so much more though. What else are you tolerating? I think that nothing is going to change unless you change. So what is it that you're tolerating? Maybe your marriage, maybe it's just like, I remember telling John, I'm like, I expect to be taken out on a date once a week. Like, I am sick of us just like blah, blah, blah. And I expect to be taken on a date and not just like to Chipotle. Like, I want to go to the Paris. I know, it's such a pretty pink blouse. Anyway, so like, what else are you tolerating? It'll be so like just tolerating things, like tolerating my kids. Oh my gosh. Like, my son's almost 10, man. And I still make him breakfast and like do everything for him. And I'm like, okay, you are 10 almost in 2 weeks. You go make yourself breakfast. Like, I'm in here helping, da, 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 da. So where are you tolerating? I want you guys to be real. Putting others before me, you're tolerating. Tolerating procrastination. Yeah. So what is going to change for you this year? And this is like a real reality call, because honestly, none of us are going to make any changes unless we get real. We get real and we get raw, and then we get rich, and we get real and raw. What is really going on here, and where do you want to go? And it's not going to change. Yes, bad hair days. I know. I've been tolerating messy office, and yes. Oh gosh, clear your office. Yes. You know what I'm tolerating, but I'm also have a plan, like I'm tolerating, my car is really old, but I'm tolerating it because it's paid off, and I have other plans with my money at the moment. But, I actually really love and appreciate, I want to get carpet in my basement, but I'm not, I'm tolerating it. I mean, I have carpet. I want hardwood floors. So I put my hair on my tolerations list. Exactly. Do it. But Christy, your hair is so pretty and I love it. I love your natural curls. Okay. Enabling my husband to not do for himself. Oh, that too. Messy office. Yes, you guys need to have a housekeeper. These are definitely first world problems, but we're business women. What else are you tolerating? I'm tolerating Oh, I suck at dinner. These are it's I there's just I just feel like I mean I don't really eat that much, so it's not that big of a deal. But for my kids, like I don't really cook, and I mean I cook like the easy stuff, and I'm really into health. And so I would really, maybe I'm really tolerating. I wish I was like nurturing them with these amazing home cooked meals that were delicious and nutritious and warm and a variety of things. So I'm tolerating that. Oh, dude, you need to not edit your own videos. You need to hire Jason. I'm working with Jason you've met Jason at my event, and he's doing my videos for me. So yeah, what are the things that you're doing? Think of hiring a videographer. Exactly. So I film my videos and then I send them to Jason and he edits them. So do that, Christy. I'll connect you if you want. So yeah, you need to be raw, real, and rich. Exactly. Because no one's going to do it for you. So what else are you guys tolerating? This is like the more you can just go through mentally, go through your house, your office, even your clothes. Are you tolerating clothes? Maybe you're tolerating being overweight. Maybe you're tolerating putting your exercise off. Maybe you're tolerating a really crappy assistant, or maybe you're the assistant and the maid and the chauffeur and the chef and the wife and the lover, and there's all this pressure on you, so get real, because you got to make some space. Doesn't it take you hours to upload the videos? No, I just do it on my phone, and it uploads, and I'm working and I'm doing something else, and I upload it to his Dropbox. Okay, so what is going to be different than next year? And I think the more I'm going through this guidebook today, I'm feeling, and I love this engagement. What I'm going to do is we're going to do part 1 and part 2, because this is going to take a long time, and I'm really enjoying this. And I do my Facebook Live show every week, so I'm going to keep going for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to pick it up where we left off next week. All right, so now the next page is my 2019 plan. Okay, what is it that you would like to grow your community to? What is it? Well, I'm actually not going to go through the 2019 plan yet. You guys will have the guidebook. Yeah, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through 2019 next week on the call or on the video. I think that's going to be the best use of our time. Rachel Hall says, oh, tolerating that I have nothing to wear for graduation on Friday. Exactly, Clarissa. Go to TJ Maxx. I love it. Rachel Hall says, I'm ordering the Brandon Bouchard High Performance Planner right now. Do it. And then do it every day. It's the best. So that's what I'm going to do. So I want you all to just get real, get rich, to get results, and raw, so that you can really go through and look at what were your wins. I want you to pull together your numbers this week. And don't be discouraged or defeated. It was last year. I had a pretty bad year. Like it was a good year, but financially it was a lot less than previous years. But it was a choice for me, because I was choosing to do this new marketing plan. I was choosing to learn this new system that I'm using now. And I remember like consciously telling my CPA, like, listen, this is what's going on. This is why the numbers are like this. And having so much shame and so much embarrassment and just like bad feeling about it. But sometimes it's the law of like nature abhors a vacuum. And so we need to cleanse out and clear space. And that's what I needed to do last year. And I needed to cleanse out and clear space so that I could build for the foundation for the future. So maybe you've had a rough year, or maybe things haven't fallen into place. Just make this, the end of this month, be when that stops. It's just like, I've had enough. I've learned my lessons. I'm complete with those lessons. And now I'm ready to go to that next level. And then we're going to next week make the plan. But right now, gather the numbers, get the data, do the guidebook, amandamoxley.com/2019 plan, or just go to amandamoxley.com blog, and it's just right there. And do this guidebook, pull together the numbers, and then start looking at what is it that needs to change, and what is it that needs to be released, and what needs to be delegated, and then honestly, like, what needs to change? So what else needs to change? Tolerating not making enough to cover the bills to do dissertation proofreading. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the fact that you're not paying your bills, that there's just no need for that. There's no need. It doesn't take you. Okay. You know, like you're probably a lot of you guys are just tolerating your money situation, your friend situation, your family situation. And the only reason why you're getting what you're getting is because you're tolerating it. Pretty basic, but that is the only reason, is that you are tolerating it. No one, I mean, what do they say? You know, you make your bed and you lie in it. Like, or you made that bed, now lie in it. So no one's going to give you permission. This is our chance to rise up and claim and create what we want. And that's what we're going to move forward to. Yeah, clearing out so much needs to change. And it goes down to your habits. So as we wrap up here, start kind of doing this week. I would encourage everyone to do a time log. How are you spending your time? What is your time doing? What are you doing? Like I don't know how you want to do it. Write it down and just say, what are you doing every hour? I talk to people, like I said, we've had over 300 conversations with people. People spend like 15 hours a day doing Facebook, watching Facebook webinars, doing free this and free that and watching videos, but they're not out there serving. Like, I think a lot of y'all here need to stop being the student and start being the leader. Can you share your link to the comments? I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, you're not seeing the comments, you guys? Or maybe you just emailed me something. Or I'm not sure. So that's what I want you to think about. What did I just say? I got distracted. Oh, there it is. Oh, truth bomb, only reason you're getting what you're getting is you're tolerating it. That's exactly it. You're tolerating. No one is just saying, oh, well, you're here to have a shitty life. So sorry, maybe, this is just your reality. The reason why you have it this way is because you're tolerating it. You're letting it happen. And it goes back to childhood okay. So it goes back to childhood and your emotional set point of how good you can stand it. And so, like, if childhood was hard, which most, show me one person that had an awesome childhood, maybe they did, but, and maybe you guys did, but if your childhood was scary and when you're worried about when is the other shoe going to drop and just there was a lot of uncertainty and insecurity and not safety and you don't know what's going on, or maybe you had a good childhood, but still something was off. You create, before the age of 7, you create an emotional set point. Hi, Natalie. You create a set point of how good you can stand it. So that's why we're stuck at that income level, that relationship, the weight level, the financial level, the friendship level. We're stuck there because that's what we set up before age 7, between 0 and 7. So that's why we got to increase our levels of joy and make joy and happiness one of your key intentions. And that goes down to, like, what do you value? What is it that actually lights you up? Because some of y'all are just pursuing. Well, I don't know if that's the case here, but some of you are just pursuing for the pursuit of pursuing, for the pursuit of accomplishment, because that will mean you're successful. But if you're not successful in the journey, what makes you think you're going to be successful when you get there? Because it's all about the journey. It's about finding the joy in the journey. And if you don't have the joy in the journey, then what's the whole point? Like, you could die halfway there, and then what was it all for? It was for nothing. Now, I do think that it's about who you're becoming. And I'm sure when you look back to last year, right, Natalie, think back to end of 2017, think about who you were then, and now think about who you are now. And there's no doubt, even if you had a crappy year, there's no doubt that you have really changed and learned and grown a lot. I mean, you guys wouldn't be watching this Facebook Live today or this video if you were not into self-development and personal growth. So it's like, you got it going on, but give yourself some credit for what you got going on. So my last question, just for fun, I want you to pop in the comments and I want you to, if you could describe 2018 in one word or 2 or 3 or a phrase, what would you say? What would you say? How would you describe this year? If you could describe 2018 in one or one word or a phrase, what would you say? I'm really curious to see what you say. Yep, you do, Clarissa. You need to start leading. Yes. So how would you describe it? I need to really sit with that and think about how I would describe this year. Challenge. Yep. Challenge. Natalie, don't you have a hot new boyfriend though? Look at you in your profile picture. So I'd say that's good. Something's good going on in there, or maybe that's been challenging. Yeah, a grind. Yep. And it'll be kind of fun to look at every year, kind of go back this week and think about like the last, let's say, this, do you realize we're almost at the end of a decade? From 2001, like how would you describe those years? Finding myself, beautiful, exhausting, expanding, financially disappointing, a grind. Oh, I'm glad, Natalie. Emotionally challenged. Yeah, I like the vulnerability here. I would say mine has been about like growth, and I really feel like I'm building a whole new foundation. Learning that I sabotage myself, good one. Awesome self-development, yes. And like we talked about, some of you guys are so good at the self-development, and now it's time for you to lead. It's time for you to lead and help others on the path. Because I think that I like shift. I know, holy crap, another decade. I think that when we turn, like whenever I'm in a funk, like last Friday I was in a funk and I was just like, ugh, it was like gray out. And I just was like, I'm so sick of myself some days. It doesn't happen that often, but I was just having a couple hours of a funk. And I was like, I just wish I could like serve someone or help someone, or wish I had like a service project I could go do, like to get the F out of my own head and out of my own way and focus on other people. So, when in doubt, let's say I challenge everyone here to go do a Facebook Live. Do a Facebook, because when the lights are on you and you're sharing, all of a sudden it feels good, and you are an answered prayer for your people, and they need to hear what you have to say. And everyone is on social media, and everyone is scrolling, and give them something to look at. Instead of you sitting there and being a voyeur and consuming all this stuff, you actually be the leader. And I challenge you guys to do a Facebook Live this week and start leading, start being visible. Of course, I'm working with all my clients here. I know, how could you get sick of you? I don't know. I don't know. It was rough. I get tested sometimes, like when I have kind of I mean, it's stuff that's outside of me, which is ridiculous. And then I'm like, why did I ever doubt? Why did I ever have fear? What? And then you got to move into gratitude, but you get stuck. And those emotional set points are set up in childhood, right? Like, just like a little funk. So yeah. And then I'm fine now. And then I went to a party that night by myself because it was a favorite things party at my church. And I sat out there and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so lame. I'm going to this party by myself. And then I was like, maybe I won't go. And then I was like, not today, enemy. Like, I'm going in, and I had the best time. And of course I know everyone and I'm friends with everyone. But it's just funny how your mind messes with you. Yeah. So do a Facebook Live, share it. Even if you don't want to, just start being that leader and shine. And go for it. And I wish you guys all lived closer to me. It would be so fun, right? It would be so transition, breaking bad patterns. Good. I know. Shift. Yeah. I'm so happy, Natalie, that you have an Amazeballs boyfriend. That is so cool. Where's Allison? Allison needs to be here too. So, all right, you guys, I got to figure out why one side is this is this, and I'll figure that out. I'm shooting a bunch of Facebook videos today. I mean, live stream, what are they called? YouTube videos today. So I will see you next week. Next week we will continue to create and plan for 2019. I think it's going to be an incredible year. And then what we're going to do is I want you to work on this guidebook. I want you to work on the numbers and get ready to completely release. When you're celebrating at the end of the year on the 31st, just let this year go, get the good juice from it, and then powerfully create 2019. You can have whatever you want, and you're the one that holds the key. So thanks for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Bye.